Have you ever been in a situation where you're in a heated argument and something gets broken? It's valuable or irreplaceable. What do you do next? In this episode, we talk about a couple who is engaged in a heated argument. Some very valuable, irreplaceable things got damaged, and now they're trying to work through that hurt. Welcome to the Mental Health Janitors, where we help you clean up the mess in your head. I'm your host, Sergeant Q, and with me as always, Doc Jess.
Hi, welcome. Thanks again for being here.
And I picked this one specifically for you, Jess.
I'm sure you did.
This is a good one, because when I read through it, I thought, I don't know if I could give any really good, valuable advice here. Like, I'm kind of at a loss on what exactly to do or how to handle this the best way. I mean, I have some ideas of how to handle it, but how do you handle it the best way? With that, I just don't really know. So I'm hoping I can learn something here. I haven't been in this situation where
there's a lot of pressure.
Where something good.
Good.
You can handle it.
Okay,
You're a
okay.
counselor.
Okay.
But this is what you specialize in, helping people get through these difficult situations. And this one is very difficult. So we'll get into that. But first, do you know Jay-Z? You know Jay-Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know who he is. I could not tell you one of his songs.
No.
Okay.
Maybe back in the 2000s.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah.
So he had a concert. And so it's at the arena. And so all these people are in line and opening doors and they're checking tickets and people are going in. And then somebody goes out a door they're not supposed to, is what it looks like happened. And all these people, so it sounds like it was a plant, like somebody had a ticket maybe, came in and then opened a door. And hundreds of people started flooding into the stadium who did not have tickets. And I counted no less than 50 people from when I saw the video. So this had been happening already, but when I saw it, I counted no less than 50 people flooding through the store. This is the start of the video, right? So that's what you see happening. All these people just flooding in.
Why would that cause a 3-hour delay?
Well, because now it's a security issue. You don't know who these people are. They're inside. They haven't gone through security. They haven't gone through a metal detector. So it's not just about the ticket at this point. This is now a safety issue because you don't know who's in there. You don't know if they've got a bomb, if they've got drugs, if they've got guns. You have no idea who just came in that door. So here's what they have to do. So you've been into the football stadiums and stuff, where you come in and you're on that ground floor, but you can't gain access to anything on that ground floor. You have to go up usually a staircase and then you can get to your seats. That's how they're all designed, because down below is all the vendors, or if they have different sponsorships or different, types of community events or organizations down there, and the little things out. So when you come in, that's the first checkpoint. And then what they had to do, I'm assuming what they had to do, because I've worked a lot with the Seahawks, I've done a lot of these events, they have a secondary checkpoint that you have to go through. So you typically have to show your tickets twice. once when you first come in
and then
to
once
this area,
your
and
seat.
then once when you get up to where you could get to your seat.
Yes.
There's 2 access points typically. And that's where you get there, and depending on where your seat is, they're telling you where to go. So they typically get blue gate, yellow gate, red gate, black gate, and they're telling you, so you go to your corresponding gate because it's just easier to get to your seat. So that's typically how that works. So what they had to do is they had to shut down all of those secondary checkpoints, and they pushed everybody through one.
Oh.
Because they had to check every single ticket again. Because typically it's the ticket, and then you're just checking them, just tell them like, okay, you go here, you go here, you go here.
Yeah.
So 3-hour delay. So that's not the first video I saw. The first video I saw were all these people complaining about Jay-Z and the concert taking forever. And some people left after 3 hours. They just left. And then the concert started. They wouldn't let them come back in. And all these people were complaining against the management, against the police, against Jay-Z, against the stadium. And
now there's a video of all the people of the reason why it was late.
Right.
And making, that's kind of dangerous.
But all these people were blaming all these other entities that didn't have anything to do with what just happened. It was all these, remember last episode? Do you remember last episode we talked about the flash rob?
Yeah. That was a flash rob.
Very similar flash rob here, because now they're stealing tickets. They're stealing access. Seats.
Yeah.
All these people just flooding into the concert who didn't have a ticket. But that's the mentality. And so here's the thing. This wasn't some random thing, because if you had a ticket, you wouldn't have been running through that door. There would have been no reason for that.
Unless you just wanted to bypass the long lines. I've sat in a long line to go through security and stuff like that. And if I saw a door open, I'd be like, people are going in through here. Let's go through here.
Maybe.
But
maybe. But
maybe
not if it was, I don't know, if I saw a bunch of people running toward
I saw a long line out there. So either it was part of the line to get in through security and they saw them like, let's go in. Or somebody put out like hey, we're going to be at this place at this time and open this side door. If you don't have a ticket, be there. That's one of those two things.
Honestly, that's what I think happened. Because the minute people were like, no, you can't come in, most people who had a ticket would have stopped.
Sure.
You would not have pushed through. There's no reason to. They were pushing through and running. They didn't have tickets. So I'm guessing it was something organized. And my mind always goes to the nefarious. Are they meaning terrorists? Are they probing our systems? Probing the environment? Because that's all it takes is somebody with a ticket walks in, pops a door open, because that's all it takes is somebody who has a ticket, walks in, pops a door open.
Tens of thousands of people there to create a perfect environment for a terrorist attack.
Exactly. 2-3 dudes run in with suicide vests, clack them things off, boom. That's all it takes. I thought Jay-Z did a magnificent job. Now, I wish when he came out to actually perform, he explained what was happening. It's like, hey, I had to make sure that he goes, I don't care about the tickets. I want to make sure that all of you were safe. People got in. We didn't know who they were. They didn't have tickets. They could have had anything. So he did a really good job explaining it. I wish that they would have done it earlier in the night as people were waiting so they knew what was happening. But I'm sure they didn't want to bring Jay-Z into what they probably did is evacuated him out when that happened. Because if I was part of his security detail,
you would have taken him.
I would have taken him out in a heartbeat, because there's been an internal security breach. And so I would have moved him out until it was secure and then come back. But anybody could have taken that stage and explained what was going on. And nobody did. So this is an example of people with no consequences behaving badly. And so here's why I love vigilante justice, because our systems can only do so much. Now, we had talked in pre-show about the gypsy scammers that tried to show up and rip me off after they'd ripped off the market. The police, Buckley police, failed to do anything about it. If you guys don't know about that, there is some videos on my Sergeant Q Facebook page. You can find them super easy. I detail this whole thing out with these gypsy scammers, so I'm not going to go into it. But the Buckley police totally failed and didn't do anything about it. We live out in the country. And so these country boys showed up and gave these gypsies what for? Started breaking their stuff and assaulting them. because they took the law into their own hands because the law failed them. Yeah. The system failed them. And so if the system fails you, I have no problem with you taking the law into your own hands. That's not legal advice. This is my opinion.
Yes.
You know, it's like back on the schoolyard.
Yes.
Talk get hit. That's what happened to these gypsies. Mm-hmm. Don't think they're going to be running that scam in Enumclaw anymore.
No.
Now here is where it gets very interesting. In 2016, down in Mexico, something happened. I'm going to read it to you because I don't want to miss the details. So here we go. I love vigilante justice movies. I love them. They're fantastic. Like the Strong one, it's really good.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Okay, here we go. This is Mexico. Here is the title. Woman's husband kidnapped by gang. So she kidnaps the gang leader's mother and puts a video demanding a swap.
Yes. I love that.
I can see Holly doing it.
Yes. She totally would with her glasses and her strapped to the nines. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, if you guys don't know, if you see my wife, she looks sweet, but she's always strapped and she'll put a hole in you. She'll ventilate you real quick. I'm just going to let you know. She's going to ventilate you. All right, here we go. This is December 2016. Yardia Gilmo Guerrero drew national attention in Mexico after taking drastic action following the kidnapping of her husband by a criminal group. Her husband, Eduardo de Perez, a well-liked engineer, was allegedly seized by a gang, Los Tacaleros, in San Miguel, Totolapan, a violence-plagued municipality in the Guerrero state. Rather than waiting for authorities in a region long plagued by corruption, Garcia joined forces with an armed community self-defense group.
Yes.
They detained 20 people said to be linked to the gang. Among them was the mother of the leader, Rabiel Gerardo de Almato, known as El Tacarito. Garcia then recorded a message and broadcast it on local TV.
Yes.
Demanding an exchange. We have your mother. She said, quote, "We have your mother, Mr. known as El Tacarito." She said, "In return for my husband's life, I will deliver your mother. I want him safe and sound," end quote. When the first appeal went unanswered, the captors released a second video of the mother's severed head. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. You're such a mess.
Released a second video of the leader's mother directly pleading with her son to hand the engineer back. It gets better.
Oh my gosh.
The standoff drew a deployment of over 200 soldiers and police to prevent a bloodbath, and the government ultimately mediated the deal.
They did not. Yes.
I love it.
That is amazing.
They wouldn't do anything, and then they were forced to do something.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh, it's so funny. Both the engineer and the gang leader's mother were released unharmed. The case highlighted the desperation of families in an area where the state offers little protection. Human rights groups and security experts warned, as now the retaliatory kidnappings and vigilante justice tend to escalate the danger for everyone and deepen the cycle of violence. Shut up, expert. I'm an expert, and I'm telling you.
They have to disclaim
for
things.
Legal reasons, right?
Yes.
I'm a vigilante. I'm a security expert, and I'm going to tell you the only thing that these violent gangs understand is violence. That's it.
Yep.
That's all they know.
Yep.
And so if you don't speak that language, you're going to lose every time.
Every time.
What they say is that they need coordinated law enforcement.
Sure.
Yeah, if that was happening, then Mexico wouldn't be in the situation it's in.
Yeah.
So I just absolutely loved that story. It underscores the need for people to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
That the law is not going to help you anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not going to do it. And it's not really the police officer's fault. Sometimes they're lazy, but more often
Their hands are tied.
It is the justice system that is failing us here in America. So I just thought that was
funny.
a great story.
That's a great story.
All right, let's get into our story. Am I overreacting? My wife broke an irreplaceable family gift of mine during a fight, and I'm struggling to forgive. I'm 27 male, really struggling to forgive my wife, 29 female. Oh, she's older. You'd think she'd be more mature. After a fallout from a fight, it escalated to somewhere it didn't need to go, and I need an outside perspective. Okay, here we go. For context, we are high school sweethearts, married 3 years now. We're not only partners, but best friends. She knows me better than anyone, and we've been through a lot together. Our relationship was never perfect. We had our ups and our downs, and usually we can communicate and find common ground. I never doubted that we were a team. A constant fight lately is about budgeting. We don't exactly see eye to eye on upholding it. I told you this is perfect for you. Circumstances have changed.
First of all, if you're high school sweethearts, that means you were 16 and she was 18?
Yeah.
That's a little weird to start with, mind you. 15, 17, 16, 18.
I don't know. Back in the day, that was pretty common.
Back in the day, he's 27 right now.
Oh, that's true.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Weird.
Back in my day, that was pretty common.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, that was pretty common.
1 year, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't take the attention off of the budgeting here.
No.
Circumstances have changed. The budget was more relaxed before, but it had to be tightened because rent increased. The budget isn't unreasonable, and it keeps us in the boundaries of living within our means. Very logical. Overall, just making sure that we have everything covered before spending elsewhere. It's not so different than our system we already had, but now the budget is actually locked and my wife has issues sticking to it. The other day, she went over budget on an impulse purchase and it put us in a bind on bills. I only found out what happened after the deduction. She said she couldn't resist the deal and splurged a bit. She thought she could pay it back before I noticed and before the other bill was due. Deception. Sin to cover another sin. Here we go. I told you.
This is the one I should be doing with your wife.
Oh, that didn't make me feel better, but okay, right? Like, okay, we're going to do this and you hope to cover it before I found out. I don't like that either, buddy. I told her I wish she'd have communicated with me since it went over our budget. She said she wasn't a child who needed permission and that she intended to return the funds. We got into a fight and it was the biggest one we had in a while. Tons of red flags everywhere. Just boop, 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 boop. Okay, here we go.
Red flags in what way? That's totally normal marital stuff.
But they had a budget.
Yeah.
She didn't stick to it. She hid it.
From his perspective.
And then she got mad.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Then she got mad at him when he held her accountable to the system that they had agreed to.
So he says, yes. Okay.
It's all these red flags.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just working with the evidence I got.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is where it goes sideways. It really does go sideways right here. I have a piece of pottery that was a gift from my great grandmother. We were close and she handcrafted it for me. My wife broke it during the fight. She slapped it off the shelf. I was too far away to grab it and she never even attempted to. The pottery smashed into pieces and I swear she did it on purpose. I can't. I don't know if I agree with him. She may have, but he can't. He doesn't know her intentions.
Good. You've been hanging out with me a little bit more. I'm rubbing off on you.
I swear she did it on purpose. I watched her make eye contact with it before swinging her hand. I feel like she was angry at me and retaliated in the moment. That's possible, not probable. I'm really hurt. The pottery is irreplaceable. My wife knew how much it meant to me. She hasn't taken accountability or apologized.
Okay, that's it right
Red
there.
flag. She only keeps saying it was an accident. And now she's being extra affectionate, verbally and physically, and I haven't been receptive. I know to someone else it's just pottery, but it meant a lot to me. And I don't want to believe my wife broke it on purpose, but I can't shake the possibility that she did. I don't know. I'm struggling to forgive her, and I don't want to build resentment or fight anymore. Am I overreacting?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Right? When I read this, I had to read through it 2 or 3 times to be like, there's so much here to unpack, so many pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm always going to come back to the part that people don't understand unless they're in a career like mine, that there's always 2 sides of a story.
Mm-hmm.
And the red flags that support one another are not apologizing for breaking it and just excusing it as an accident. Because whether it was an accident or not,
still apologize.
Like, oh my gosh, I know how important that, and he can, it's just like it's just like if we were at a coffee shop and somebody ran in with a gun and everybody down and this big traumatic thing happened and parts of our brains shut down, parts of our brains flare up. And one person, as they're telling detectives what happened, could describe the guy wearing a pink shirt, another guy in an orange shirt, right? Like we hyper focus on certain things when trauma or when emotions are high, and you can be totally convinced that she stared at it and smacked it when she could have been, what? And right. But we weren't there to see her reaction afterwards. So that's one of the things, like, what I would say, are you overreacting? The question is the lack of humility, the lack of accountability on her end, right, is not necessarily, are you overreacting about that? It's kind of the whole thing that is building up, that built up probably to help him get to the place of to guarantee he saw what he saw. That all played a part in it.
Because it starts to fit a pattern. And so when he doesn't know the information, his brain will fill it in automatically.
Yes. And that's just human nature. And so what I would say to that is, you're not overreacting, right? All feelings are welcome, not all behaviors, right? And you can absolutely have feelings of extreme hurt because that is an important piece to you. What you cannot do is, for sure, I know that you did it on purpose. You cannot push intent unless it's clearly, yes, I did it on purpose type situation, because we fill in parts of the story as a defense mechanism.
I used to do this all the time.
I still do it.
I would see a pattern and I would automatically assume, because I'm really good at pattern recognition. So I need steps 1, 2, 10. I don't need all the steps.
It's everything I talk about in my book. The list.
Yes, the
you
list.
Build the list, and everybody has a freaking list. Yes. Whether they know it or not, whether they admit it or not, whether they're healthy or not. Even I'm a freaking healthy person. And today, like, I have put so much work into my marriage, my relationship, myself. I am a very healthy person, and I still have my list I struggle with. So you cannot tell me you don't have a list.
You helped me with this when you assume best intentions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make an assumption. That's just how my brain operates. So instead of trying to fight my brain and saying, don't make an assumption, my brain, that's the default. It wants to work that way. So I can let it work that way. I just direct it where I want it to go. You can assume something. We're going to assume best intentions every time.
Well, that's what 1 Corinthians 13 talks about.
Yeah.
And what is love? Love is patient, kind. One translation says at the end, love hopes for the best.
Yes.
And that's, if you love her, you're going to hope for the best, and you take your hands off of it.
And this is what I try and teach people when I do my Giant Slayers workshop, is how the thoughts, feelings, and emotions will control your actions unless you take the thought captive. You engage your interior cingulate cortex and you create a new thought, feeling, emotion, and then a positive outcome.
Yeah.
I teach this all the time to people. It is the simplest thing to teach. It is very difficult to put into practice. And I try and teach people, don't go against the way your brain operates. Learn to steer it instead of stop it.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop a dam from breaching, but you can navigate where you want it to go, where those thoughts flow. You can control that. You can't stop it. And if you do, it's very damaging to your mental health and to your physical health to bottle everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's that simple to just entertain other thoughts that it could be.
What are the other possibilities? What is the exercise that you do?
Yeah, it's the 6-pack.
The 6-pack. It's great.
Yeah.
Not a 6-pack of Bud Light. Okay.
Not some hot guy's 6-pack. So women, everybody goes to different 6-packs. Okay.
Right. So it's a great, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about, okay. So now we know where we're at in this situation. We've all found ourselves there where we've had an over emotional outburst. Whether you're the person who broke something or you're the one on the receiving end, both of them had an over emotional reaction that led them to this point. So do the 6-pack method, Jess. I love this. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things. It's helped me tremendously in my life.
Because the foundational point behind it is the thought that she did this on purpose, maliciously. What emotion does that lead to?
Anger. Resentment.
And
fear.
What can you do with anger and resentment?
You can't do anything with it. You can fight against it. You can inflame it.
Yeah.
You can't navigate through anger.
Okay. The 6-pack is a tool to use to come up with alternate thoughts. What that does is create a different emotion other than anger or resentment or bitterness that you can't do much with. That's what it does, is creates those alternate thoughts to create a possible different emotion. And what that means is leading to a different emotion might open up some doors on how to respond a little differently to the situation.
I love this because when you do this, it forces your brain to consider new possibilities. Because what happens is we get stuck in a rut.
Yes.
And we do the same thing over and over and we expect different results. So with the 6-pack method, it opens up 5 other possibilities.
Yes.
Of what could outcomes be. And they don't even have to be realistic. That's the funnest part.
That's the funnest part because it's still creating that other neuroplasticity rut.
That's right.
Or side path, right?
That's right. It gets you out of that rut.
Yes. It could be invisible alien UFO came and did it for her. And it looked like she did it because her arms were waving. Obviously that's not true, but as your brain is considering other things, something happens neurochemically, right? And then you get to maybe one, like maybe we were both so heated and she was swinging her arms and there is a possibility that it was on accident. And she feels so bad about it that she's doubling down because taking any kind of responsibility for it is like, I did something so hurtful to him on accident. I can't even take responsible. Right. Okay. So what would that thought do? It would leave a little bit of room for some forgiveness.
Yes. But the other thing is like on her side where she doesn't want to take accountability for it, that's a self-preservation too, because that goes against her identity. Right now, if she's somebody who would do something like that, what does that say about her character?
Yes.
And that's the other side of it, is that your conduct becomes your character.
Yeah.
And it's not a one-time thing. No. Now, if she was always smashing things on purpose, burning and stuff, I know women like this.
Yeah.
That will, burn their significant other's stuff or smash it or break it on purpose. There are people that do that. But this sounds like a one-time thing that's happened. That conduct does not define her character, but we internalize that sometimes.
100%. Yes.
And that's what makes it very difficult to accept that reality. And not even on a conscious level, on a subconscious level, because it's so far removed from the character that person already has.
Yeah.
It's difficult to reconcile that. It's crazy the way our brains work, Jess.
We were just working with a couple about something very similar. And it was, mom of the babies who is really intentional about keeping them on a schedule because it makes her life easier. It's best for the babies, all the good things. And dad's a little more laid back because dads are usually just a little more laid back. And mom asked the dad to do something to help. And he was on his phone looking something up that was going to help for their next outing that she had mentioned. He wasn't scrolling on TikTok or whatever, but that's what it looked like. And so it was filling in those blanks because we don't know everything, right? And the frustration of that list comes out of like, oh, he doesn't help me very much. And then when she, instead of him realizing, oh, I could have communicated what I was doing, because it could look a little like, oh, whatever, like
sus, yeah.
Little, yeah. You know, it just is self-preservation, then goes and goes and goes. And that's why taking accountability, even just for the part that you played and said, oh, maybe I could have done something a little different there, resolves that whole situation and creates a safe environment to communicate in the future. Hey, this is what I'm seeing. Is that what's going on? No. I'm looking something. Okay, cool. But you have to have that fight or that argument to learn that, to recover, learn a new way, and move forward and do something better.
And I tell people you should be fighting in your marriage all the time, just not with each other. Jess, this is a great tool. And I'm actually going to talk I talk a little bit about this actually in my workshop, but I know you go really in depth into this in your marriage seminar, which is going to be coming up this fall.
Yes.
So if you guys want this free resource, she's got an amazing book that's going to help you, but we'll actually give you this 6-pack method. Send us a message. We'll send you the worksheet on this, and we will put you into an automation that will give you updates about when her next seminar is coming up. You don't want to miss it. What did we have? The last one, we had like 50 people there.
Yeah.
And we didn't even put it out. We didn't advertise this. This was all really word of mouth. Mm-hmm. These things fill up fast. So if you want on this list, let us know now, because we don't really advertise these things when we put them out, because this stuff is in high demand. We'd love to meet you guys in person. I'm typically there in the background, making sure, you're going to be the MC
this time.
Well, I just want empty trashes.
No, you don't.
Just the janitor.
No,
I'm going to MC it this time. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to learn so much, you guys. I love going because I learn when I'm there. It's fantastic. So check it out. Send us a message and we will get you dialed in. All right, Jess.
Hey, you guys, remember.
Yes.
If you like the content, or if you learned something that is going to help you out, like and share the videos. Help us out a little bit. You guys know how the algorithms work.
Yes. And I know some of you guys are listening to us on streaming platforms. Mm-hmm. So you can go ahead and go into that streaming platform and just leave us a review. That helps us as well.
Yeah.
You can always leave us a review. Yeah. If you're doing something wrong, let me know. I just got a negative review today. Some guy complained because I tuck my ears into my hat. Because if I don't, it looks really weird with these giant.
Yeah, you look like.
Seriously, I had a guy today jump on.
All right, we're taking a poll.
And comment.
Ears in the hat or out of the hat? Yes, I vote out of the hat.
I tuck them in. I got these giant ears. Okay, all the better to hear you with.
Oh,
but he don't know who this guy is. He just jumped on and was like, "You look ridiculous with your ears tucked into your hat," while all this stuff. I was like,
okay,
dude, what's wrong with you?
Move along.
The first time you're going to comment on any of my stuff is to disrespect me. Man, that says Sigmund Freud would have a lot to say about you, my friend.
Yeah.
But so good, bad, or indifferent. Just know if you're going to put something negative out, I'm going to say something snarky back and embarrass you. It's totally fine. Just
if it's constructive criticism, all day, bring it on. Yeah. If it's stupid, dumb disrespect, leave it at home.
And if you put it out there, just know I'm a Marine. And you know what they say? Arguing with a Marine is like wrestling a pig. You both get dirty, but the pig likes it.
Oh my gosh. That's so true.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah.
For the Mental Health Janitors, we like to do 3 things: educate, empower, and encourage you on your mental health journey. I'm Sergeant Q.
I'm Doc Jess.
And we're out.